Hey everyone, for this art class when I'm gone, I wanted to focus in on one of my favorite paintings at the Minneapolis Institute of Art. It's Van Gogh's Olive Trees, and you can see it here on my computer screen, and then whoever is filling in for art class today can project it onto the screen as well there so you guys can see it up a little more closely. But this painting is an awesome example of something that I wanted to talk about today called broken color or optical mixing. And the Impressionists were masters at this. Optical mixing just means that instead of blending the paint strokes together when you're painting, you lay the colors side by side. So as I zoom in here a little bit, I hope you can see this. Van Gogh, for the sky, he didn't blend the white and the yellow tones together. He mixed up all kinds of different whites, tans, yellows, and laid those brush strokes side by side so the paint is still really thick and those colors are next to each other so that when you get up close to it, it looks like two completely separate colors, but then as you back out and gain perspective on the painting, your eye does the mixing or the blending. And that's why it's called optical mixing, because your eye does it. You guys can hear Gracie and Ezra downstairs playing instruments too. I guess they're gonna give you some music while I'm filming this. Your teacher today can go to this link. It's in the PowerPoint that I sent, artstories.artsmia.org, and then a little number sign, an O, and 1218. And it's gonna take you to something called an art story. It's on the Minneapolis Institute of Art's website. And it'll give you some details about Vincent van Gogh and this time in his life, and also about this painting. You can learn about how many different olive tree paintings he did, and a bit about the room he was painting from, and artists that inspired him. You can click on these pictures on the side here, and you'll see a painting by Eugène Delacroix, who was one of his inspirations for the colors that he chose. Then you'll just hit back to get back. So I'd love for you guys to go through this art story before you start working today. And to get back to the intro, you can just go to About and keep this image up on the screen. So what I would like for you to practice today is making a miniature copy of this olive tree painting so that hopefully sometime if you get to see this at the Minneapolis Institute of Art, you'll gain an appreciation for it. The art medium that you're going to use today are oil pastel, craypas, and here's a funny story. I went to open my box of craypas. I thought I had a full box, and it turns out the only colors, I'm going to set you down here for a second. The only colors I actually have in here are yellow and green. So for my demo today, I'm just going to use yellow and green, but thankfully, you will have a full box of craypas to work with. What you're going to try to do is recreate this painting using oil pastel, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be similar color tones and similar subject matter. So as you're looking at this painting up on the screen today, you'll have a piece of paper and a pencil. So I'd love for you to turn your paper sideways. Mine's pretty small, but yours will be a full like 9 by 12 piece of paper, or maybe a little smaller. And I think it's a great idea to always start by drawing the horizon line. So I'm going to kind of find where that horizon line is. And I wish I had my tripod here so I could hold my paper. And I'll be right back. I'm going to tape this paper down and then come back to you here.